Hello everybody. I thought I'd make a quick video about dyeing bodyline dresses today, mainly light colored dresses for those who are interested. As you can see, I have two dresses to show you. One is machine dyed and the other is hand dyed. Let's start with this one. So this dress is actually the first ever Lolita dress I bought. It's the L087 from Bodyline. At least that's how it's on the website right now. When I bought it, it was actually a lavender dress, quite a bright lavender actually. I like lavender, so that's why I bought it, but since it's quite a long dress as well and it was all one color, it was a little bit too much for me. You can actually still see the original color in some places, like here on the zipper. That is the kind of color it was originally. So I dyed it with Dylon. This dress is actually mostly natural fibers. Dylon is a fabric dye that dyes natural fibers the easiest, and as you can see, it did quite change the color. I think I used plum red for this one as the color, and it turned out quite purple, but also, well, a little bit plum. Here's the cotton lace on it. That actually turned out the true color the dye is supposed to create, I think. And then you have this synthetic lace, and as you can see, that did not take the dye as well, or barely at all. It's actually still lavender, even though it looks white on camera. I quite like it like this, also because it has more color variation because of the different fibers used to make this dress. Now, of course, synthetic thread was used on this dress, so that also has stayed lavender, but it doesn't stand out too much. And what's actually interesting is the fabric got some kind of texture. It wasn't like this before. It was just flat lavender, but now that it's purple, it actually has lighter and darker colors mixed in. I think that's also because the fabric is not entirely natural. It's not an entirely natural fiber, but has some synthetic mixed in. Well, I actually quite enjoy the dress like this. I've worn it a few times, maybe I'll put in a picture. So this one was done by machine actually, and even though it was quite an older version of the Dylon dye. And now this one I did with a newer dye and the hand wash variation. This one is the L489, or the frill jumper skirt plain, as it is sold now on the website of Bodyline. Yes, it used to be the pink version, and it was also quite a bright pink. I thought it would be a nice soft pastel pink, but it was a lot brighter than I expected. So I didn't wear it a lot. It was a bit too pink for me. But instead of selling it, I decided to just take the plunge and dye this one as well. And I used tulip red on it. And as you can see, some of the lace turned out quite red, even though it's a bit darker than a true red. Some of the lace is so synthetic it barely took any of the dye at all. It's still pink. This one too, or actually I think it was originally white and maybe turned a little bit pink. The thread as well, and well, I did the bows as well, of course, and those took quite well as well. Oh, this one used to have a ruffle around the top. That I took that off because it was a bit much for me. Turned it into a matching head bow because I thought I didn't really have any matching headwear in this exact color, so that's why I took it off. Yes, as you can see, this one got the exact same texture change. Like, it looks a little bit like denim, just like the other one. So I think they're made of the same fabric. They're both plain Bodyline JSKs. all the ruffles got nicely dyed. It's an even dye job too. I'm not an expert or anything, I just kind of dunked it in and swished it around like the instructions say. It was quite easy, it's the same as dyeing anything. And these bodyline dresses, especially these non-printed ones, are quite sturdy. I think they can handle a lot. I did have to wash them in the machine afterwards to get all the dye residue out, and they could handle that quite well. It didn't shrink or anything. Maybe on this one I can also show the original color on the zipper. Well, it's actually a really light pink zipper. I think the original dress is quite a bit darker. But yeah, so if you were curious what would happen if you dye a light colored bodyline dress, this is it.